Hi, welcome. Thanks for coming to practice with me. In this video, we'll be looking at the Concert B-flat Technical Study, which is our test this week, and we'll be focusing on it in class for this week as well. All right, so the first thing we always need to make sure is that we can clap and count the piece. If we can't clap and count our music, then really we have no business trying to play it on our instrument yet. Playing a musical instrument is really good for our brain, and one of the reasons it's really good for our brain is because we are kind of like expert multitaskers when we are performing and playing music. So when we practice, we want to make sure that we're taking each task step by step so that when it's time to play, it sounds flawless. All right, so we're going to go ahead and clap and count. I'd love for you to listen along. If you'd like to stop and rewind so that you can follow along with and practice with, I really recommend that. All right, so I'll assume the clapping position. We're in 4/4 time here, and we are subdividing with the eighth note, so that means we're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 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 3 and 4 and all right, thanks. This would be a great time to stop and rewind and replay to practice. All right, before we go to our next step, which is to airplay or finger click and then play, I really want to make sure that we're going over the notes that are in some of your music. So clarinets and tenor saxophone and trumpets, you all have some special notes that I've put in your music to help make sure that we're practicing this the best we can. I'm going to go ahead and start with clarinets. For clarinets in this study, it does require you to play our long B natural and our C note. And in this piece, it's really important that we use the long B natural with our left pinky here. So this one right here. And I like to leave my C key down as well for a couple of reasons. First of all, when we have to go up to our C, all we have to do is lift a pinky, so there's no flopping going along. Second of all, sometimes this key doesn't want to shut all the way. It can kind of leak. In fact, I can feel mine leaking right there. So if I go to play my B note, sometimes the B note will not speak very well because this pad is not closing all the way. So kind of one of clarinet hack or clarinet cheat is when we go to play our long B here, there we go, long B, is that our C pinky is ready to go. It's already being pressed down, and we're making sure that that pad is sealing. So in this piece, the B that we use is this one, and the C that we use is this one. There are other options that you can use, but in this instance, that is the B we use, and that is the C that we use. For our trumpet players, this is just an awesome opportunity to make sure that when we play our D note below the staff, we are adjusting out, we are kicking out that third valve slide to help make that D note a little bit better in tune. And then for tenor saxophone players, there's an alternate C key that you can use to really make sure that we don't have to finger flop between our C and our B on the tenor saxophone. There is an alternate key that we can use for our C note to really make sure that that note sounds as best as it can. All right, now that we're done practicing our clapping and counting and we've gone over the clarinet and trumpet and tenor saxophone hacks to make sure that this technical etude comes to us as easily as possible, I invite you to airplay and finger click along with me while I play. As always, I recommend that you take the time to airplay and finger click before you play to really make sure that fingers and tongue are lining up together just the way they should. All right, so I've got my metronome here set at 60 BPM, so 60 clicks a minute. And I have it subdividing on the 8th note since that's the smallest note that we see here. 1 and 2 and 3. I don't think I mentioned this before in the clarinet hacks and the clarinet cheats, but remember, you can leave your right hand down when you play your G and your A to help go over the break as smoothly as possible. I did this in measure 6, and it really helped to make sure that my going from B to A over and over again happened slowly. It was nice to only have to worry about moving my top hand and not my bottom hand. Thank you for practicing along with me at quarter note equals 60. If you're ready for the challenge to take it faster, we're going to do that in the next segment here. All right, so if you're ready for the next challenge, no pressure if you're not, but if you are, we're going to go ahead and practice this at quarter note equals 72 BPM. So going by a little bit faster. But always remember, slow and steady wins the race, and we're always looking for quality over quantity. So meaning we want to make sure that we have a quality product. That's more important than going really fast. All right. 1 and 2 and 3. All right, I hope this video helped you out. Thanks for practicing along with me.